Hey, it's Ray Perry, founder and president of eManagement Academy, and I'm always asked, what do you specifically say to an employee when they just don't do their job? And of course, the inference in this question is simply, how do you do it confidently, painlessly, and courageously? So what I'd like to do today is help you to quickly take the stress out of holding an employee accountable when they underperform. Specifically, I want to give you the exact language and approach to be able to do it, and most important, suggest how to do it in a way that motivates these underperforming employees to meet your performance expectations in the future. Let's assume that one of your employees agreed to complete a report by the close of business yesterday. Now, it turns out he wasn't able to do it by the deadline because he was pulled in on a more important project, and the reason was your boss asked him to complete that project. And that was last week. Now, by the way, that's a legitimate excuse, right? Absolutely. But let's assume that during the last week, he didn't let you know about this conflict ahead of time. More important, you and he, as well as everyone on your team, have a standing agreement that when anyone can't meet a commitment, she or he will always give the person advance warning. So the deadline came and went, and he never gave you that heads up. Now, smartly, you hold him accountable immediately after the due date, which in this case would be first thing this morning. Now, what would you say to successfully do this, and how would you say it? For the answer, let's take a look at this clip from one of our online management courses. Now, the clip begins right after I had just completed a unique virtual role-playing game. Let's take a look. What did I do? I did a couple of very important things. And some people feel that it's very difficult holding someone accountable when they don't perform. I want to take some of the sting out, because part of this is really you just sitting back and letting the person talk about why they couldn't do it, and then coming back and saying something. So what did I do? First thing I did was this. So what I did is stated the facts. This was supposed to be done by the close of business yesterday. It wasn't done. And then what did I do? And so I asked a question. And if you notice, I prefaced the question by saying, I'm curious, what happened? That's all you have to say. And by the way, if you're going to somebody and they're seated, don't do the standing. Sit down. Otherwise, it creates this very unfortunate dynamic. And you're going to listen. But not just listen, you're going to do this type of listening. So what is meant by actively listening? When you're actively a person that listens, what do you do? Well, that means you have open body posture, you nod your head so they know that you're listening. You say, yeah, right. Eye contact, and you're very, very calm. And give a person a chance to have their say. By the way, what's the worst thing that you could do? What has experience taught you? Get angry, get upset. Here's a little secret. That the 25% of managers who are consistently successful know that the 75% haven't grasped yet. And that is, when you get angry, you cede control of the conversation to the direct report. Once the person's done, then what you're going to do is this. So now you're going to hold the direct report accountable for not providing the heads up. They did not meet their commitment, did they? By the way, can you see how important expectation clarity is? I mean, how can you hold someone accountable for underperformance when they didn't understand the rules of the road to begin with? Have you ever done that? I know I have in my career. And I learned over time, and I'm sure you have as well, that that is not the best way to manage folks. And so what did I say to you? I said, I understand what you're saying, and that's after I've actively listened in a calm way, not interrupting you. I say, hey, I understand what you're saying, but what I don't understand is we had this agreement that if there's any problems, you let me know ahead of time. That didn't happen, did it? And then what was the final thing that I did? I did this. So what you want to do is you want to segue to when can you get it done? And at this point, you might want to add language such as, is there anything that I can do that can help you complete this? I might add, is what you're saying as far as a date, is that realistic? So, are you using the type of language I used in the video clip? Are you consistently taking a calm approach so you're not ceding control to the underperformer? Now, if you are, great. Keep doing what you're doing because it's what sets you apart as a manager, as a supervisor. Now, if you're not consistently using this type of language, what are you waiting for? You see, this one change will have a huge effect on your management sanity and success. And when it's combined with strategies for dealing with difficult employees who push back, it will teach your direct reports that on your team, you expect professionalism, you expect responsibility, you expect communication. You expect the person to take the initiative if there's a problem. And if they can't, you expect them to simply do the responsible thing and let you know ahead of time. Because that's only fair, right? So let me ask, did you like the content of this video? And do you want to learn additional strategies that will give you greater control, confidence, and probably just as important, greater credibility with your staff, your colleagues, and the people you work for? If you do, I invite you to click on the link to continue the conversation by signing up for a complimentary, yes, free, 1-hour online on-demand management course called Excellence in Management, Driving Results Without Driving Your Team Crazy. And here's the best part. This 1-hour course is divided into 4 bite-sized lessons, so it's doable even with your hectic schedule. And because it's online and on demand, you can watch it anytime and in any place that has a high-speed connection. In fact, the first lesson is only 10 minutes. By the way, if you know somebody who would benefit from this video and the free management course, let them know about it by clicking on one of the share buttons. So, thanks for watching, and I look forward to continuing our work together.